I appreciate y'all being here. Good to get back into the flow of a normal week. We got to get prepared against it. I think a really well-coached Rice team. They play extremely hard, very detailed. Got a lot of respect for how they play the game and how they operate. And today our practice, to be quite honest with you, was pretty average. So if we don't get better real fast, I was disappointed in our day. And I told our guys that just now. We better sharpen up real quick. If we're going to roll into this thing off the bye and think that you just get to win because you've won before, we're going to get embarrassed. So with that, we're open to questions. I'm in a great mood, as I can tell.
Darian Mensa's top 10 in the nation in passing efficiency in his first year playing. Just how would you assess where he's at this point?
He's operating at a really high level, and most of the year he's been doing that way. He's had some moments where he's got to grow and learn, but he's played the position at a high level. Receivers have helped him. O-line protections helped him. Backs have helped him, but I think he's doing some really good things and been really efficient. In the throw game for the most part, protected the football, had put in jeopardy a ton. He's got great anticipation awareness, and you keep playing that way.
And so, what were you most disappointed with in practice today?
There's a standard about our physicality and our effort and our toughness that I don't think was met today. And the biggest killer in our sport is complacency. If you think you're ever going to just have an average practice, an average week of preparation, you know what's going to happen? You're going to play a really average game. And so, to me, we have that was not our best Tuesday. It's on me. I'll own it. I've told the guys that I'm a part of it, and it'll get fixed tomorrow. It'll be a lousy day for everybody because I'm not going to allow us to do it again.
Rice gave them some difficulties last year. They had 43 total tackles, but you're left with 19 of those, and you take out the 4 leading guys that were here, Jesus Machado being one of them, but he won't be playing. So without kind of any of the proven guys on that side against this team, what is the message going into this week?
Yeah, it's great. This game, I showed our guys on Monday's team meeting, this game, the final was 30-28. It was a fight till the end. I think our guys have to understand the opponent. I always talk about knowing yourself better than anything, but you also have to know the opponent. They're really well coached. They do great things schematically. I'm very impressed with how they operate. Their running back, I think, is a phenomenal player. This kid Zero, he is the real deal. He leads them in rushing and receiving and catches. I think he's as good as any skill player we've played all year. The O-line, I think, is really solid. I think the quarterback understands what they're doing, and he understands where to go with the football, and he sees things well. They got quality receivers. Their defense is big and physical. I see all the positives. I see a team that I look at and I respect to a really high level. And so our guys got to understand that the task at hand is going to be a challenge. This is a really good team, and it's about us though being our best. If we're our best, we can live with whatever results come. But our guys do have to understand the task at hand. It's a real challenge. And, I got to get their attention because today wasn't what it needs to be.
Can that sometimes be maybe the curse of a bye week? The gift is obviously being able to get healthy, but it also sometimes just naturally with even teenagers, you just relax maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, coaches too. It's all of us. Human nature is you get a week off and just relax, and then we go home, and everybody tells them how good we are because we've won a couple games in a row. And then I have to bring them back in here and tell them hey, we're really close to getting beat if you're not prepared. And so it's just, and when you kind of finally are playing at a level you feel better about, while there's some bumps and bruises, you like to heal up. The flow of what you're doing, you kind of keep some of that going too. So yeah, it's my biggest concern is making sure that we are fully awake, fully attentive, fully ready to go for a game on Saturday. And we have to practice that way to be there.
And you mentioned Connors, their running back.
Yeah.
Just and how good he is. What maybe stands out the most about why he's so effective?
Well, he's so good in the run game. He's physical. He breaks tackles. He's got good speed. He's got good vision and balance. He catches the ball well in the backfield. I think he competes at a high level. you can feel his competitive nature on tape. Like you just watch some plays he makes, some runs he makes, and I just think he kind of reminds me a little bit of Mackay. Like watching him play, honestly, they probably use him in the throw game more, but like his play style, man, he is a physical running back, and so I just think he plays the game the way it's meant to be played.
Coach, focusing on the health and maybe the freshness this week, I know that was something that y'all wanted to focus on now despite today's practice. Where are y'all standing with that?
We're fairly healthy. Alex Bauman's, I would say, questionable. I think will for sure be back next week, it looks like, but whether he's ready to go this week or not, to be seen. Rand saw him play a lot in the UAB game late. I think he should be available, but everybody's day to day. It's hard to know. You go through practice and get things through the way we practice. We practice physical on Tuesday and Wednesday, and sometimes things happen in practice. You get to the middle part of the year, and there's the normal wear and tear. But at the same time, we have to practice the right way to be prepared for the game. And so I tell the staff all the time, I'm into being smart, tough, not dumb, tough. So we're not going to go out and do 11-on-11 scrimmage anytime this week, but we are going to practice with some physicality so we can play the game with physicality. And if you want to use the tool, you have to sharpen the tool. So we're practicing physical, and I think we're fairly healthy for all things considered.
Good, Coach. 2 questions here. First off, speaking of health, how is Shaz coming along? Is he getting closer?
Yeah, great question. So ran yesterday, ran today, and with the trainers, looked good. Hit 19 miles an hour on GPS, which is I think about 5 or 6 times yesterday. Which he's about a 20 to 21 mile an hour guy, so he's at 90-ish% speed wise. Tomorrow, if things went well today, which I haven't gotten the injury report today, I'll get that today at 2:30. But if they've gone well, he'll practice tomorrow with some limited reps. It won't be like he would take like 50% of what a normal workload would be, roughly. And then he'd potentially be available this week. We'll be smart about how we decide to prepare him. It's hard on the offensive staff because you find out a guy's ready for sure Wednesday, Thursday. Well, how much you're going to have in the plan for him versus how much can he just operate within the normal system. So there's not going to be any things that are maybe designed for him per se. If he is able to play, he'd be on a rep count. It wouldn't be like 30 or 40 plays. It'd be, most of the teens. But I think he's probably questionable for this week. I don't think he's doubtful. I think he's got a shot. But I think tomorrow will be a big indicator. And but he's trending positively.
Second question, you had an off week, so lifeblood of this program is recruiting. I think you went to Lutcher on Thursday, you went to Carr, Holy Cross on Friday. What's been the reception? You got a win streak right now. I feel like there's positive momentum. What's it been like going out to these high schools and kind of talking to the community?
Look, recruiting is how you build your program. High school recruiting, the transfer portal matters. You better supplement your roster with the transfer portal. But the way we're going to build is through high school recruiting and development of those players. And we're so blessed and fortunate to be in the state of Louisiana and South Louisiana at that. Like, we got tremendous high school football, great players, great coaches. I was able to be in a few games last week and watch a couple of people practice. And, for us, it starts at home. Right? I mean, we're going to sign guys from all over the Southeast in the country for that matter, because we'll go to California, New York, New Jersey, but it starts here. And before we get on a plane to go recruit there, we need to know about every player here in the city first and in the South Louisiana area. And so I was able to get out. I can't really comment on details of who I saw, where I was, but you sounds like you got the scouting report on where I might have been. And a lot of really good players. We've got great players on our team. I think if you can build your roster through Louisiana recruiting, and that's the foundation of your team, we have a chance to be really successful here. And for right now, with where we are, our pitch is really easy. I mean, I tell people all the time, if you can't recruit to Tulane, you got a recruiting problem. I mean, it's not that hard of a sell. We're in one of the coolest cities in the world, at a great academic institution, and playing really high-level football. Like, what do you want? And so you can go live in a really boring city and playing maybe a conference that looks cool and have nothing to do, and like, good for you. So we got a lot to do, we got a lot to sell. And the academic piece, I mean, I know this, you get a degree from Tulane means something. So good, awesome. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all being here.